Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do another recipe. So this is from the same book as the baked apple. It's something like seasonal autumn recipes, and it's one of those little inserts that once came free with the magazine, and I found it on the interest table. So once again, if anybody wants the recipe, then please get in touch with me. Either by email or on my social media, and I will happily send you a photograph. And the recipe is the spiced apple and plum crumble. There we go. And it is 5.5 cents per serving. So what we'll need is 500 grams of Bramley apples, cored and sliced, and I have peeled mine as well, although it doesn't say peeled. But a couple of good tips for peeling and slicing your apples is use a vegetable peeler like this to peel the skin, and then if your apple is small enough, you could also use one of these to core, an apple corer and slicer, to cut it into segments which you can then cut down a bit further. Andrew did that job for me, he was very good. So then we've got juice of 1 orange and 1 tablespoon finely grated orange zest. Well, I've just used an easy peeler because that's what I had in. So there's my zest and juice. We need, it says 3 to 4 tablespoons of sweetener. I'm just going to use skinny syrup, s'mores or caramel flavour. Those are the ones I've got in at the moment. But yeah, if you just use your canderel or whatever kind of powder sweetener that you have. Cinnamon sticks and a clove. Well, I'm just going to use ground cinnamon and mixed spice, because I couldn't find cloves on their own. 340 grams of plums, stoned and quartered, so that's my next job. Can't rope Andrew in on everything, unfortunately. 4 reduced fat digestive biscuits, so they look nice, don't they? 1 level tablespoon of plain porridge oats, and I'm sure most of us have got porridge oats in the house. And then we've just got cinnamon, ginger and fromage frais to serve. So I better get started on the plums. So what it's called is spiced apple and plum crumble, and it's 5.5 cents a portion, and it serves 6, this one. Right, it says to preheat your oven to 200 degrees C or 180 fan or gas mark 6. Well, I'll do that later on, because as you know, it always makes a real racket when I'm warming it up, my microwave oven. But the first step other than that is with your apples. I've got 500 grams here, which I've weighed, and the plums are underneath. And it says put the apples in the pan, so that's what I am doing. You can always cut them up a bit smaller. Can you tell I'm looking forward to this? Proper dessert. So 500 grams of apples is not actually that much. I would say it's about 4 apples once they've been peeled and cored. So that's the apples in the pan. Then we need the orange juice and zest. That's the orange juice and zest. Then we need some cinnamon. This is when you would use the cinnamon sticks if you have them. But I'm just going to throw a bit of ground cinnamon in and a bit of mixed spice. New head Crumble crapper, haven't opened the mixed spice. Bit of that. Then we want the 3 to 4 teaspoons of sweetener, or 3 to 4 tablespoons of sweetener. So I'm going to put in 4 squirts of my skinny syrup. And then you want a tablespoon of water. So I'm just going to splash a bit of water in, a little bit more. And it says to bring that to the boil and cover and cook over a low heat for 5 minutes. So I will do that now. Put that onto the highest setting. And let that boil. I better start on some clearing up, hadn't I? So the apples have been cooking for 5 minutes, and you can see, I hope you can see there, that they're really reduced and they're going really mushy. I'll take them off now. So then I need to add the plums and cook them for a further 5 minutes. Andrew's showing you what he's just eating with his cup of tea.
This Kit Kat seems to just fall into my mouth from somewhere, I don't know what.
So yeah, I've got 340 grams of stoned and quartered plums here. So I'm going to add them. Sorry, that was Andrew making it wobble. Say sorry.
Oops.
Stop it.
Oops.
Go on, go away. Right, so I'm going to cook that for another 5 minutes now. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more to about 3 because the apples don't need a lot longer. So yeah, I'll time that another 5 minutes, sorry, and see what it's like then. Well, that's the apple and the plums all cooked off. You can see they've reduced quite a bit. If you want to, if there's any lumps left, just give them a little bit of a smash down. I've tasted it and it is quite sweet. I'll just pull you out a bit. And here I've got sorry, I need to get the right angle. There we go. Here I've got a Pyrex dish. So I'm just going to spoon the apple and plums into the Pyrex dish, and it's got fry light sprayed in it as well. So there you go, there's your fruit mixture. Just flatten that out a little bit. Right, and then we will make the crumble. So Andrew's got 4 reduced fat digestive biscuits. If you've got a food processor, you can use a food processor to blend it. So to your 4 reduced fat digestive biscuits, you want to add a level tablespoon, I've got my spoons out again, of plain porridge oats. So that's the tablespoon of porridge oats. Then I think we need to add the spices. So 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
It's very exciting, isn't it? Mm.
These are Andrew's spoons.
Look at that.
So a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger.
Can't beat a bit of ginger.
If anyone's not quite realised, Andrew's a strawberry blonde. So there you are, Mr. Fawcett. You're going to mix those.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Fawcett. What do you want me to do with it?
I want you to mix it and make it a bit smaller, like it's been in a food processor.
You don't want it too fine though, because it just
a little bit more.
It just compacts. You want some crunchy. You want some lumpy nums.
I swear he thinks he knows everything just because his dad was a baker.
No, it's because I've done it before and I know it's all trial and error. Look at that.
So like I say, the recipe does say use a food processor to make coarse crumbs, it says.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Coarse, not fine.
So here's what we're left with. Try and get out of the light. So we'll now top the fruit with that. I've had to turn the light off because it's just causing shadows. So I hope the light is good enough for you to see. So that is my Pyrex dish full of fruit and my oats and digestive biscuits. So we're just to scatter this over the fruit. And as I say, it is 6 servings and it's 5.5 cents per serving. So I don't think it's going to go very far, but oh no, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Don't compact it.
What you say?
You don't compact it because you want it. That's it.
Just trying to make it so it goes around the sides a bit.
Use a fork.
Andrew says use a fork, so use a fork we will. Just try and get sort of an even covering. And that is my plum and apple crumble. So, to remind you, it wants to be cooked on 200 degrees centigrade or 180 for fan or gas mark 6 for 20 minutes or until golden and bubbling. So I will go and heat my oven now. And here it is out of the oven. So it's been in for 20 minutes. It's a spiced plum and apple crumble and it serves 6. So you need to divide that into 6 portions and each portion will be 5.5 cents. If I do portion it up before I upload the video, I'll show you the portions. But otherwise, any questions, please let me know and please like, comment and subscribe and I'll see you next time. Well, here are the portions. So I have my 6 portions. Oh, and that's the mince for tomorrow. It is a thin crust of crumble, but I've had a little taste just of a bit out of the bowl and it tastes quite spicy, quite flavoured and the fruit is gorgeous. and with me using the skinny syrup I didn't need to add any sweetener, but I'm still going to count 5.5 sins just to cover myself. 5.5 sins a portion, and if you wanted to you could sin a bit of low fat custard or make the creme fraiche, or like I'm going to do, I have the banana and custard yogurts. Thanks again for watching. Hi guys, just a quick note to say that I have found both the recent recipes on the Slimming World website. So the baked apple link is in the comments on the baked apple video, and the recipe for the spiced plum and apple crumble will be in the down bar on this video. So do let me know if you make them, send me pictures and let me know if you enjoy them.